All right, yeah, we're recording. It should be working. It shouldn't crash. There's gonna be gunshots in the background, like I said before, because it's Halloween and people are going crazy outside. But yeah, let's begin. OBS has started. Any questions? Let's start off with some easy questions, bro. We know what No Not November is. It's that time of the year, and it's been memed to death. But we pretty much all don't want to be cooming. We don't want to be down bad. We don't want to be watching porn. I think even if like there's let's be realistic, bro. People are gonna relapse. Like, even if you don't, like your takeaway should be to not beat yourself up first of all, but also just be smart enough to realize that you made progress compared to whatever you were doing before. Like if you were cooming like 2 times every day and you lasted 3 days, then that's progress. You take the positives out of that and you re-implement that back into your next attempt, or that word I hate using, your next streak. That's how you should be handling your nofap journey, for lack of a better term. You should be trying to just improve from your last experience, improve from your last attempt again and again and again, and put less emphasis on each day. Instead of counting the days, make the days count, which is, I'm pretty sure, who says that, like Ice Cold JT or Jordan Green back in the day when I was binging their stuff. I say back in the day, it was like 1 year ago, but still, that is the emphasis we should put on. And I want y'all to like amass like a plan of what you're gonna do to keep your mind busy, to stop your mind from wandering, to stop yourself from getting distracted, because that's when people coom the most. That's when people start touching themselves. That's when your mind starts gravitating towards porn, towards all sorts of weird shit that you may be into. So if you're busy, if you're not complacent, if you're not sitting idly, your mind isn't gonna drift towards those things. So set up some fail safes, such as having a good plan of what you're gonna be doing during the day. Like no going into the day and not having any direction and not having any, I guess, idea of what you're trying to achieve. You want to have whatever you want to achieve during that day written down. You want to have it plastered at the front of your mind and make sure that you just don't fall into the trap of complacency. And that's how people relapse the most. They're sitting in their room alone, they're scrolling on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube shorts, and it gets them. The urge gets to them. Before they know it, their hand is moving on their own, their legs are moving on their own, and they busted a load, and that's it, right? And then they snap back into reality, and then they feel the regret, they feel the post no clarity, and it's there for them. It's there for them to see, but it was easily preventable. That's the thing that I have to emphasize, that you can set up battle plans, you can make things difficult on yourself, and by doing that, like I outlined prior, it's just gonna make the, I guess, the whole 30. How many days are in November, bruh? How do I not know this, bro? My birthday's in this month. 30 days. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it makes the 30 days a lot easier. So that's pretty much what I wanted to start off as, like the outline, as the introduction. Is, but even if you have to leave early, just keep in mind that your takeaway from this should be that keeping yourself busy, keeping yourself productive, keeping yourself filled to the brim with tasks to get to will make you sturdy. Not in that sense, not in the sense of getting hard, but make you sturdy in the sense of your endurance and your resistance against temptation. Damn, bro. Wait, let me eat the sweet real quick, bro. It's Halloween, bro. Imagine not eating any sweets on Halloween. That's like a war crime. That's a war crime, bro. I just have to eat this, okay? But yeah, let me get to the questions. Where am I from? Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. You follow Andrew Tate? I do. I don't know. I don't think I do. I like a few of the things he says, but like I'm not a Tate stan by any means. And 1 hour at 12 a.m. So no, no, no. Don't have that stupid mentality, bro. Like I meme about it. Like I was in the chat, like the No Not November chat, memeing about it, saying, "Oh my God, it's you can bust a nut at 11:59 a.m. before it turns midnight," or yeah, shit like that. 11:59 p.m. before it turns midnight. I stop thinking like that. Like, if you're actually seriously thinking of doing shit like that, let me get my one last nut for the rest of my life, or this is it. Never again. I'll never relapse again. Like, you're setting yourself up for failure. I can always just look you in the eye and I can say, yeah, this guy's he's gonna fail. Give him what, a few days, a week, 2 weeks. He's a goner because he's fixated. And once you're fixated on relapsing, once you're fixated on the whole concept of nofap, you're fixated on the constant conversations that go on about nofap retention, semen, all this shit. It's gonna fuck you up. You're gonna get the thought of your crush or some porn star, and then before you know it, you're jerking off. So push back the fixation, but push back the, I guess, the consumption of just no fap. Like, I know I'm talking against myself when I'm saying this as well. Like, I'm saying, don't take it too seriously. Don't be consuming a lot of no fap videos, a lot of no fap content. But if it's at the front of your mind 24/7, you're increasing your chances of relapsing. That's just a fact. And the best I've ever done is, can't remember a specific day, but it's well over like a few months. And it was just no, I wasn't on nofap. I didn't even understand the concept of nofap. I didn't understand the concept of retention, of retaining my seed. I was just focused on my grind. I was focused on getting better grades. I was focused on getting into a good university, getting onto track, and fondling my genitals was the last thing on my mind because it was the grind, and there wasn't anything at the back of my head telling me fap. I was busy. I had a very tight schedule and everything was planned out, routined. And there was no time for me to just be in my thoughts saying, oh, what if I busted a load just to feel good? Like, that wasn't at all. I'll go on to this next point, which is the morning. And that's the hardest part. This is the hardest part for a lot of people when it comes to a lot of streaks are broken. I'm going to use terminology like streaks and a lot of the other nofap terminology since it's easy to understand. But I emphasize yet again, you do not want to be uh, a nofap artist, a nofap pro, anything like that. You don't want this to be a defining character trait of your identity. It's boring. It's repulsive to some people. It makes you look like a weirdo. Makes you look like a coomer. But I'll be using those terms. But getting back to what I was saying, in the morning it's the hardest because we all know morning wood, that shit kills us. That's the bane of all of our existence. And it's a lot easier to. Your mind is also like very vulnerable to temptation at that time as well because it's so easy for you to just bust a load at that time and get one off before getting to whatever productivity or productive activity you want to do. It's so easy to do that while you scroll on your phone, and especially your phone, your hand's going to gravitate to your phone as well. So to set up against this, to set up countermeasures against this, I want you to, if you can, if you have like a traditional like alarm clock, utilize that. And if you can put your phone distant away, like if you have to use your phone as your alarm clock, I want you to put it like at the other side of your room, near your door, somewhere difficult, like that's going to make it hard for you to just reach out to it, lie in bed, scroll, you see some hot bitch on Instagram, then you fap. Like, it's all about making things difficult. That's the best way you're going to fight back against your urges. That's the best way you're going to overcome your temptation. It's with difficulty. And I'd say, to use a gaming term, it'd be artificial difficulty. Difficulty that you've created for yourself. Difficulty that will make relapsing a lot tougher for you. And it'll also just help you be more healthy in a self improvement, just general in self improvement. Like, generally, it is a healthier thing to not use your phone first thing in the morning. So keeping it away, not having as much reliance on it, will help to make your morning easier to get into. Like, you'll be out of bed faster, you'll be getting to your productivity faster. But you'll also be less horny as well since you're not opening not self improvement social media instantly and staring at hot girls, which can serve as stimulation for you. If you got a busy schedule, exactly. And I experienced this when I worked my first job back in the UK. Like, bro, I did not have time to fap at all. Like, I went home, I went out, I went home. Nah. That's how you start. Like I went out of my house and to the job like early as fuck in the morning, like 5 a.m. Like 5 a.m. to start the commute. I'd arrive at like 6, and for 12 hours I'd finish at 6 p.m. after that. And I was dead, bro. As soon as I got home, it's my body's destroyed. And vapping is the last thing on my mind. And I'd go to sleep and I'd keep that up for like a few weeks, no fapping at all, because I was busy. Like I just didn't have the energy, and the little free time I had was like I'm not gonna spend even 10 minutes, 20 minutes trying to jerk off. Like I wanted to spend that time effectively, or at least spend it on something that's leisurable, apart from PMO, which is porn, masturbation, orgasm. I wanted to spend it like, well, if I'm gonna spend it on leisure, it's gonna be like watching a YouTube video, watching a Hamza video, watching something that is not, I guess, sexually stimulating at all, or getting some work done. And I know a lot of people can't just like be expected to work jobs like, oh my god, I'll like get a full time job. That's how you're gonna quit your porn addiction. Of course not. Like most people here are in high school. Most people here are busy with that. But as soon as they leave the high school, as soon as they're done their classes, they go straight home and they're left idle. They don't have much to do. Yeah, you have your homework, but there's not much incentive for you to get to that. It's a very mundane task that you rather procrastinate away. Or I can help you set up some countermeasures against the idleness that comes after you've finished your main classes in school. And that'd be to join clubs, join extracurricular activities, keep yourself busy through that. You'll get some exercise in, if it's a sport club, or if it's any other social club. You'll make friends and benefit you in the long term, because the more time you're spending out with friends IRL, the less time you're spending on Discord, the less time you're spending on YouTube, the less time you're spending on Instagram. You're going to be able to be more resistant against porn, or you're going to be more resistant against urges, and your time is just going to be filled up to the brim. Like you're not going to have time to be jacking off or trying to just get a tiniest inch of dopamine, like while you're in the bathroom alone. Like you just have to be smart about how you do this. And a lot of people aren't doing this. This was very normal back in the day. Like you'd be around your friends constantly, but now you can communicate with people all over the world, and there's a lot more incentive for you to sit down at your computer, at your desk, in your room, in solitude, nobody's around, and while you're waiting for something to happen, while you're waiting for something to download, you'd be like, oh yeah, let me just get a little fap in, and you might not think too much of it, but you're it's a big detriment in the long run, and a lot of people have to realize this, that it adds up, and especially if you're doing well with porn. I'll speak from anecdotal experience. I've never experienced porn in my life. I've never been addicted to porn. It's just been casual tapping, occasional sex. That's it. Boom. I'll tell you for a fact. Like I don't know the. Someone can elaborate on it when I bring people up on the stage, but I don't know the deep extent of porn. My only experience was it. Like my brother got caught when we were very young, and then like I heard all the bad shit that happened to him, like all the punishment, all the bad shit, and after that, it's like okay, my mind is porn's bad, and ever since, like I've had no run-ins with it. Like obviously, I've seen like the occasional like porn ad and shit, but I don't get fucking stimulated by it at all. And it's a very unique experience. Yes, we exist, people like us. We don't like who have never experienced porn in our entire lives, and it is kind of weird, but we still have that struggle. Like we're still gonna get attracted to other people. We're still going to get sexual thoughts in our minds, but we're still all this common goal is still there. We're still trying to stop fapping. Like I'm still like on and off with it. Like occasionally, okay, a few weeks, then okay, I'm coming or fapping every single day. Then okay, a few weeks, and then oh, 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, and then it's back off of track again. Like it's up and down, up and down, up and down. But I think the golden point, or like the golden period, is to reach a point where we don't even think about fapping anymore. We don't even think about porn. We don't think about anything like that. We don't think about casual sex, and we value, I guess, the sexual experience a lot more than the average person who just sees that as an easy dopamine hit. So there's power in semen, and a lot of people have been talking about it. I've watched a few. I think it was one of Hamza's recent live streams where he was watching some other guy, and he's talking about like the power of semen, the vitality that's in it, what the benefits of retention are. And it is like, just you don't even have to fucking know all the biological shit about it. You should realize that this fluid, this liquid has the power to create a human being. Like we spawned from it, I spawned from it, you spawned from it, we all came from it. So it is something that if we retain, if we keep within us, that we can derive power, we can derive energy from that. Like I'm not too spiritual about all of it as well, but I just know for a fact that yeah, it's better to keep it within you than it is to just fucking let it fall onto the floor because you saw a hot Instagram model on your phone. So that's pretty much my little ramble over on that. Let's see. But for this, I'll also like finish up with this. Like no not November. Like I want all of your yeah, everyone's hyped, everyone's celebrating, everyone's like, yeah, no not November, bro. It's our time as men, it's our monthly celebration, bro. It's like our pride month. Or I guess for a lot of the straight people here, it's their pride month. It's their thing as men. It's oh my god, it's the best thing ever, and it's time to get it down. It's time to stop fucking busting. Everyone's getting together to do it. But once the month passes, a lot of people fall off of it. A lot of people lose the hype. A lot of people go back to their grooming ways. Or the people that do retain, they don't really like retain a lot of about using retain in two different aspects. They don't really retain a lot of the benefits that just come from this experience, and it's something that's supposed to be like long while or long term. You're supposed to have takeaways from it. You're supposed to derive experience and knowledge from this experience, but a lot of people like lose sight of that, especially for beginners as well. And those who fail, they feel discouraged, they feel ashamed, they feel like they're a loser because that's what the social chat. This is literally a social construct, bro. No, not November. You feel like you're fucking the bottom. Or you feel like you're trash. But I'm telling you, take the benefits, the positives away. Whip out your journal, start taking down notes, and say, why did I fail? What can I learn? And how did I? What was my W? Because like I was saying before, if you go from fapping 3 times a day to lasting for 5 days without fapping, then that is a massive W. It's not the binary thinking that Hamza went on about in one of his old is I think it's kind of viral. It's pretty much like him talking about nofap and him talking about how to quit porn and stuff. It's an older video, of course, so not a lot of people may remember it, but it is important to just realize that the whole nofap experience, the whole retention experience, the whole getting off of porn addiction, PMO, getting off of PMO, that whole experience is not something that is binary. You're not just gonna say I'm quitting after you built up this bad habit for so long. It's been months for a lot of the younger guys. It's been years for a lot of the older guys. They've been on it. It's gonna take years in return to break down that that accumulated bad I guess, bad habit. It is just something that you've accumulated for a long time, and it's going to take a lot to break down in return. And you have to expect that. You have to be realistic with this. It is not something that's just going to wither away because you have a positive mindset. It's going to take a lot of willpower. There's going to be a lot of failure, but I hate that word failure because it has such negative connotations with it. When in reality, it is how we learn, it is how we derive experience from our mistakes, and it is how we grow as individuals. It is how we grow as human beings. So I want you to, no matter like, not even if it's not a nofap related failure, derive experience and derive a lesson from your failure and re-implement that back into your next approach, because that is how you grow, that is how you be successful, and that is how you succeed in life, not just in No Nut November but in life as well. So yeah, that's pretty much me done for that, bro. I got pushed up so back because people send mad messages. But yeah, time to start reading the chat. I start going on my big ramble. But yeah, mm, who the fuck follows Instagram models, bro? It's not even about following them. It's the algorithm. And Hamza was right in this respect. Like I'm not too on board with the whole boycott social media thing, but the algorithm knows, bro, and the algorithm will feed you stuff that will make you, I don't want to say weak because that's like it varies, like there's more than just like it's a very gray area, like what define what makes you weak. But or if you see a hot girl, like bro, the hot girl may not even know she's fucking like thousands of guys are jerking off to her. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, but the fact of the matter is that there are guys who do that, and those guys are weak because they're wasting their fluid on somebody who doesn't even know they exist coming into their hands. And even if they don't follow them, their algorithm's gonna remember. They might just like the photo, and then the next time, three more photos come up, and then after liking those three photos, nine more photos come up, and after liking those nine more photos, 81 more photos come up. So it snowballs from there, and before you know it, you have a guy who's constantly jerking off to Instagram models, and he didn't even have any interest in these models. He didn't even have any interest in these people, but he just found them physically attractive. They stimulated his genitalia, and before you know it, he has uh, a vaping addiction that snowballs into a porn addiction because he wants more. Just looking at the models with their clothes on isn't enough. With their revealing clothes, he wants to see full naked women now, and now he's on porn because it's a lot easier to just go onto Pornhub than it is to get a woman on your bed. Especially if you're younger, especially if you're a loser, especially if you don't have any status, any notoriety, any value to your name. It is a lot easier to go to porn to seek sexual stimulation, to seek pleasure, and that's how people fall into the rabbit hole. People they don't even realize it, but it's something as small as that, and before they know it, they're made weak. And I think pretty much everyone agrees that if you're just jacking off the porn all day, every day, not getting anything productive done, and your social confidence is destroyed, your social esteem is shattered, and to be a man like you, that's like the baseline, bro. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have the confidence to stand on your own 2 feet. And porn takes that away from people. Porn makes them submissive. It makes them weak. It makes them groveling. It makes them unable to stand up to look people in the eyes with confidence, with conviction, with belief in themselves. So that's just the effect of social media and how it's tied in, or how it leads to porn addiction as well. So I think yeah. Let's see. People who want to get up on the stage, don't spam me if you want to get up on the stage. By the way, because we get that a lot. We get that a lot. We get that a lot. How can you stop if it's gone to a point where you're doing it five times in 2 hours? Nah, bro. I think I don't say seek professional help, bro. 'Cause that's condescending, bro. But that's an issue, and I think like people just say go cold turkey, get no fap, start doing your cold showers. Like they're impractical. These advice. I think I was watching a video on this yesterday, or I was listening to a lecture. I can't even remember, but I was talking about how stuff like this isn't practical. Yeah, it was Mara's lecture on semen retention. Like cold showering isn't practical, and people who are on or have it very bad, they have their addiction very bad. They're often recommended these remedies, quote unquote, for their porn addictions, for their fapping addictions. But I think the way to do it, if you're doing it 5 times in 2 hours, you need you. Where do you do it first of all? You probably do it in your room. You probably lock your door, or your door. There's nobody else in your room apart from you and your parents where you visit. I want you to stop spending as much time as you do in your room. And I'm still a victim of this. I need to start getting out more. Especially now, like I'm back living with my parents. I still spend too much time in my room. But you want to start spending time around other people. And their presence is going to keep you, it's going to like affect your brain psychologically from devolving into fapping, from devolving into porn consumption, because you're around other people and you know that it's socially unacceptable to just fucking fap in front of other people. It makes you look weak. Your brain knows, and you're not gonna get a boner just like with your mom's fucking 5 inches away from you, bro, in the living room. So it's about breaking down and analyzing, bro, analyzing the, I guess, the conditions that lead to you fapping so constantly. And it's probably from isolation. You probably barely get out at all. And you're probably like your device usage is probably up. I assume you have a porn addiction, but you can elaborate. I'm going to scroll down to see if you did. But it's more so about getting yourself out of your conditions because they're bad. I've gone on your second day now. Yeah, you can do it and keep it up, and don't have the like mindset of, oh my god, like I'm gonna get to 365 days, that's the goal, and that's everything about you is just your whole personality is based on getting to 365 days on nofap. That shouldn't be how it is, but you should continue to analyze, and you should continue to just look at what is causing you to fap so much. What are, I guess, the statuses? What are the different aspects that are influencing you to fap so much. It could be your phone. It could be the fact that you're very exposed to porn stimuli, so you have to take that stimuli away. Whatever it is, like if it's just I don't know, like you're gonna have to elaborate. Like most of this is just conjecture on my part and mostly generalization, but from a lot of what people say, it tends to be because they're alone. They don't get out as much as they should. They barely have any friends, stuff like that. You just have to get out more. That's the best way to go about doing things. Is your profile picture an anime? Does that look like a girl to you, bro? I don't know, man. You have some. I don't know. What are you? That was odd. Anyway, any more questions? How can I make friends? All right, I got you here. I got you this. Oh, the banner, banner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. So, uh, I say make friends. Yeah, I've done a whole lecture on this before. It's on my channel, but like I'm gonna work on getting all the lectures onto just one channel, but it's gonna take a lot of time. But I'll do it. But making friends essentially, I assume that like your social skills are probably gonna be the best, especially if you have a very hard or strong porn addiction. So you're gonna make it easier on yourself. And joining clubs, a lot of people are like, oh, clubs, or what if I don't like the club? And they come up with fucking excuses when it comes to not allowing themselves to join clubs. But you're gonna go into there. You're gonna walk in confidently. You're gonna sign up. You're gonna go to your wherever you apply at school. You're gonna ask, hey, do you have a football club? Do you have a soccer club? Do you have a basketball club? Do you have an art club? Can I join? And that's how you join. Whatever interest you have. I don't know you at all. I don't know your interests, but this is the best step for you to get into making friends, especially from scratch, because you might have a small friend group already, and you can get to know their mutual or your mutual friends through them. You can get to know. But I'm gonna assume that, like, let's just say for the sake of discussion, you know nobody at all, and you're going to school. If you're in a first world country where it's legally mandatory for you to go to school, so you might as well make use of the free resources that are available to you, such as the clubs. And these clubs are going to make you, they're going to boost your esteem, they're going to boost your confidence, they're going to keep you outside, which is going to break down the the porn addiction, the fapping addiction that you've accumulated over the past few years, months, days, weeks, however long it's been. And once you start doing this, you're gonna make friends because you like ideally the club you're attending is something you have an interest in, is something that you're passionate about. So you have that as leverage to use when you're discussing with other people. And from there it snowballs. Let's say it's football, you talk or soccer for people not from Europe or like for people in America and stuff. You talk about what team you support. You talk about the matches that happened last week. You talk about the upcoming World Cup. You talk about a plethora of things. And before you know it, you're just chatting easily because it's something you're well versed in. It's something you're familiar with, and that person's your friend. Don't be afraid to just ask for their social media. And a lot of people, this is where they make things hard for themselves, and it depends on your overall personal philosophy as well, because it may vary. Like I'm not telling you this is the right thing to do, but having social media just as a tool to collect people's info is a good way to make friends. Just say, yeah, can I have your Snapchat? Can I have your Instagram? Can I have whatever it is? And we can talk more about that. And before you know it, you're planning just casual days out. You're playing football with them. You're getting out more. Your porn addiction is lowering and lowering. Your fapping addiction is lowering and lowering. Yeah, you might have the occasional relapse when it's nighttime, you can't sleep, and you bust a nut, but you're making progress in the meantime. You're getting out there more. You're improving your social skills. You're breaking down or you're repairing the damaging effects that porn and masturbation has had on your confidence, and you're boosting it up with the now social activity that you're starting to participate in. So just do it like that. But what about the holidays? We can't make friends when we're at home. Yeah, you can't if it's school related. I just gave you one example of that, and you could say right now, like people are on holiday right now, but there's an alternative for that, and I'd say it's this Discord server. It's this community of servers because we have more than this. We have servers for pretty much every country, adding to that number constantly, and these people are going to keep you accountable, and it's a lot easier as well because they're self-improvement orientated. They're probably doing all sort of events on November as individual servers, and you can chat to these people, you can voice call them, you can do all different kinds of things. With the country servers, you can even organize meetups because odds are someone lives near you. And it's crazy because even me, like I started all of this, and there's literally people down the road from me that I found thanks to this, the Global Hub project, the Adonis House project, and that's how you're going to, I guess, make more friends because I invented it. I invented that just for the sole purpose of making it easier for self improvement people to get together. Because before it was hard as fuck, you couldn't do it as easily. Accountability was so hard to find. You'd pretty much have to ask like completely random people. But if you have people in your country that's familiar, that's something you're familiar with. You can speak your own language with them. You can communicate with them, and you can be accountable with them as well. You're probably going to be both on No Nut November, and you can talk about that. You can talk about all other sorts of things. It's comfortable for you because you're speaking your own language. If English isn't your primary language, and it's just primarily the best way to boost your social skills and to get you out of the trap that is porn and masturbation addiction. So yeah, I'm in uni, so I'm quite busy in the week, but I keep relapsing on weekends. Any tips for that? So what do you do on the weekends? Like, do you go out constantly? Like, I remember when I was like when I was doing uni last year, I was just fucking at home during the weekends, not doing anything. I was like, like I'm taking it easy. I'm not doing anything. I'm not leaving the house. But assuming your uni campus has a library, it probably does, and it's open 24/7 because mine was. So you can get out there. It's the same recommendation with clubs, like general like clubs or societies as they're known in like college and university, stuff like that. Get to know people. And oh, this is another cheat code as well. I'm gonna pop this one. So odds are your university or like college probably has a Discord server or like an online community where people are there and you can arrange meetups. And that's what I done in like the last few months that I was there in the UK for university. Like I met up with some people. I said we had let's go to a pub. If it's not for you, you can go to something more casual. And then after that, we went to a nightclub and we had some fun. And that kept me like, if I wasn't doing that, I would have been at home. I don't know, watching some shitty fucking entertainment video, touching my dick for no reason whatsoever. But instead, I was having fun outside, and it's the most fun I've had in ages. And it was easy to facilitate. It was easy to organize because I used the tools that were available to me. I spent a lot of time on Discord, so I might as well find people who are nearby me, and it worked out. So you can try stuff like that, but you can fill up your time with, I guess, other activities that are based outdoors and that take a lot of time. But at the end of the day, I have to go on to this as well. It's gonna be a lot of willpower as well. It's gonna be a lot of self awareness, a lot of self understanding, and under okay, or I guess being aware of like what your mind is doing, being aware of what your actions are, because a lot of people drift into a state of subconsciousness when they're about to fap or when they're fapping, like they just close their mind off. They concede to, how can I describe this force? I just call it the devil, but I'm not religious, but like everyone knows, oh, devil's bad. So oh fuck, it kicked me off for like some weird reason, but yeah, I'll describe this force as the devil because people know that, yeah, that's the evil force, and the devil just comes into your mind and it fucks with your mind. What? Because it's empty, it's idle. You're not doing much. You're not doing much at all, and well, you know what happens next. But if you're aware of your mind, if you're religious, you can turn to God. If you're not, you can enforce your willpower by meditating, by being more self-aware, and it's gonna be struggle. It's gonna be a very hard struggle. Like let's be real. Like for a lot of people, you've heard the stories of people who've gotten off of porn. Wait, excuse me, I need a cough. You've heard the stories of people who've gone off of porn. There's a lot of failure involved, and there's going to be a lot of like mental turmoil. You're going to start doubting yourself. You're going to start thinking you're subpower because you're unable to break this addiction, and you're surrounded by people who are having good success stories. You're surrounded by people who are saying, oh, I'm on day 30, I'm on day 60, I'm on day 90. And that's why I implore you to step away or take a step back from the counting days, to take a step back from constant the constant the constant comparison. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. because that's the worst. And I told you, yeah, get accountable with people, but I'm not saying to constantly hop onto the nofap chat and see how is everyone else doing, especially if you've just suffered from a relapse. I also hate that word as well because we should see it as we should just phrase it as a minor setback, but that's two words when relapse is just one, and it's easily understandable for a lot of people. But there's a takeaway, there's a positive takeaway from whatever setback that you have, but it's up to you to implement that back into your next approach when you get back up. So it's up to you, pretty much. Your willpower is going to dictate a lot of your success in this as well. And it's not always just going to be victory, 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 W, W, W when it comes to a nofap journey, when it comes to you getting off of porn. So just come to terms with that. But it's easier to do it with other people than it is to do it alone, because when it's alone there's not people accountable. I don't care if it's cringe, like people are gonna say, oh my god, don't come out to the chat saying you like I'll tell you, don't come out to the chat saying that you've busted a nut and shit, because it's empty. It's not open ended. Like it doesn't go in, or rather, it is kind of open ended. People can't give you accurate advice that can help you. Accurate advice that can aid you. Say why you think you relapse. Say what you need help with, and then people can help you. And that's gonna help you improve. That's gonna help you be a lot more better when it comes to sorting whatever problem that you're having with your nofap journey. So yeah, use that chat effectively. I'm pretty sure not everyone knows what that chat is. If you need a buddy, go find a buddy in that chat. Go find a buddy in the Adonis style house server for your country, and that'll just make the journey a lot better. But I've rambled enough too much. Like I've just gone on a spiel. I want to get people up because yeah. What do you do for work, bro? I literally do a bum job at McDonald's and I come home and yeah, I'm saving up money for psychology. I'm gonna study psychology next year, so I'm pretty much just chilling at work. Like it's not even that bad. I'm making money, trying to get stuff set up online as well. Because taking a year off is what I should have done when I was 17. I went into uni at 17 and I fucked around, bro. Like I'm telling you. I'll do another lecture on that, like why you should be smarter. Like when you're 17 to 18, that's like the peak transition period, bro. Like your choices really matter. Don't fall to your parents' pressure of, oh, get the degree, get your master's, get stuff done quick. That's stupid. This job has developed me. It's developed my social skills, bro. Like I'm making jokes, bro. I'm doing all sort of things. Like I'm not a shy little cunt, and I have money to play with. Like even if it's small money, it's still money, and capital is very valuable. It gives you a lot more options to play with or to go down. And I didn't have that when I was a broke 17-year-old going to uni because my mom said so. Like, bro, you want to have more control of your life. It doesn't even have to be that. So I'll give you just quickly like a quick advice that you should do. Like you're probably in high school, most of you guys. Develop a skill that you can monetize. I don't know what it is. Just get onto that because you have a lot of kids saying, "How can I make money? How can I make money? How can I make money?" Look at the people your age who are making money, and you might be saying, "Oh my god, I can't because I can't make a bank account." But that's where your family comes in. You have to trust in your family. You have to repair your family relationship, your family ties, and look at the people your age. You have 16-year-old footballers, 15-year-old footballers, 14-year-old gymnasts, all where they might have not even signed their first professional contract, but they're in academies, they have sponsorships, they have scholarships going for them, and those are the people you should be looking at instead of a lot of the idols in the space. They're like self improvement gurus. They're um the passive income guys, the nomads, the digital nomads. Well, you should start looking at people who are your age who are successful as well. And that's often overlooked. They're sports people, of course, but those opportunities could be available to you as well if you are just smart about how you handle things. So yeah, let me get on. That was just a tangent. I get up at Ultra Graphic Designer. Now, I'll eat my little sweets for Halloween. If he wants to come up, please, thanks. Oh,
One
yo,
second.
yo, yo, yo.
All right. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
So, um, I'm not sure exactly if you're okay with me telling like my journey on like how I got into nofap and stuff like that, or if you just want me to kind of
you can.
help. Yeah, yeah. All right. So, essentially, it's kind of funny the way I got into nofap. The reason why I got into it was like probably not the same as everyone else. But what I would say is I was in this server. I kind of got introduced to the concept of nofap through this YouTuber called I Am Lucid. And I watched him, and I joined the server, and I talked to people in his server, and we kind of discussed like the idea of watching porn and masturbation, like which one is worse? Are they like maybe the same in terms of how damaging they are? Let's say like you just strictly masturbate, is that bad? Or if you strictly watch porn, obviously that's gonna be probably worse. But yeah, we came to the conclusion that porn is generally the main issue, but fapping for sure is definitely ruining your dopamine receptors. It's like kind of like this really easy way to get a boost of dopamine. So then everything else the rest of the day just kind of feels like ass. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel as good, or it feels like not as pleasurable. So I agreed with that aspect, but for a while I was a bit of like kind of in denial about like my own habits, because I was like doing it probably like once a day, like daily. Sometimes maybe even twice, depending on how I was feeling. And I was kind of coping with the idea of how my habits weren't an addiction. And you know, I was able to like I proved to myself like, oh, I was able to not do it for a week, like, you know, I'm not addicted. But what happened to me is things started going downhill after a while, and I started like not enjoying the porn that I was watching, right? And I kept going into weirder and weirder stuff. And I can tell that a lot of people have gone through that experience as well, where they're not satisfied with just normal, like just sex in porn, so it just gets progressively worse. And it got to a point where I was like watching like shit that I was like kind of ashamed of, and I hit this like rock bottom, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try nofap. Like, there's no harm in trying it. I'm gonna just challenge myself to do 90 days, because like everyone in that server knows me as the guy who always talks about nofap and how it's like you don't have to do it if you don't want to, kind of deal. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just prove them that it's like it doesn't really do much, right? So I did it for 90 days, generally pretty easily, because I don't know, I just was fed up with the porn that I was watching, right? And after that, I just noticed that generally speaking, I did have a lot more sexual urges, and I felt more like sexually frustrated, I would say, like after getting on nofap for 90 days. And that was like one of the downsides to me. But I definitely liked the energy it gave me in the sense that I just felt very very tense in the way that I wanted to release it in some like aggressive way. Like, so go to the gym, I would push myself super hard, right? Um, and I like that aspect of it. But generally speaking, I would say it's not, you don't get like explosive results from being on nofap. You're not going to be pulling women left and right. That's not like the end goal of doing nofap. It's to kind of get off of your addiction and your bad habits. But what you do gain mentally speaking is like extremely valuable, because you get that mental strength and the discipline, right? So that's like the main benefit of it. So if you're going into it just to get girls and, you know, get bigger muscles or grow more hair or some shit, people genuinely think this stuff, right? That's not what you're gonna get, but you're gonna get the discipline and mental strength that most people won't have, because they just give in to just meaningless pleasure, right? So that's why you want to get on nofap. I did it for 90 days, and then since then I haven't really counted. I think I'm at around like 156. I just kind of guessed, but I'm somewhere in that range. I started like June 2nd. So yeah, it's been a while. If anyone has any questions as to like how they can, do it for a long period of time, I have so many things that I did across this journey. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my story.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that. That's important as well, because people get caught up in the days. They get caught up in the benefits because what's his name?
Yeah, yeah. So the days as well. I think it's definitely a double-edged sword. Sure, it shows you how like far you've gotten and how much you've pushed yourself throughout this journey, but it could also be a really strong perpetrator of disappointment in your life if you break that streak. um so yeah, I would just recommend to like not care too much about the days. It's just like, it's cool to like say like, oh, I've been, consistent with this on a long-term basis, but the main goal is to just get yourself off of this really harmful addiction. The main thing too that porn was like doing to me as well is that it made me see women differently. I was like over sexualizing them. Sex for me wasn't the same. Like I would get like pretty much erectile dysfunction. Like it was more of a mental thing. It wasn't just because I couldn't get a boner. It was more just because like it wasn't turning me on as much as it should have. You know what I mean? Like a real woman was in front of me and I wasn't turned on. So that's the main thing you want to like try to avoid because of porn is like you don't want to go into a sexual encounter as something that's supposed to be exciting and gratifying and then just like not enjoy it, you know? That's fucked.
Definitely, yeah. And people get fed the like lies of, oh my god, at day 30, women are they're gonna be able to sense your streak. They're gonna be able to sense your retention, your this and that. You're gonna gain more testosterone, this all of that. Like some of it might be true, some of it might be not, but that's not the reason. Like the main takeaway from it should be your self discipline and your self respect, being able to control your body, being able to control the decisions that you make, because whenever you get a nerd, whenever you get horny, like, and you start like wanting to fap, you start wanting to watch porn, like it's just like you lose control, you put down the controller, and your body's just gravitating towards doing it yourself by itself, and you have no control or say over that. But once you cultivate the discipline, once you cultivate the ability to just say no to the urge, to say no to the temptation, then you're gonna feel better about yourself overall. You're gonna have the discipline also transfers over to different things in life as well. It can transfer over to studying, it can transfer over to deep work. It is very versatile, and it's just, I guess, a basic, I wouldn't say basic test, but it's a very difficult test for a lot of men.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I was okay. So someone asked me a question. What do you know about sexual transmutation? I mean, I wouldn't know how to explain it in a way that like is elegant, but essentially, like what I would experience in my day to day journey with nofap is like this like sexual frustration, and I guess you can consider that like energy in some way. I don't like whenever people would say you get energy from nofap, I don't personally agree. It's like the energy you would get from like having a cup of coffee or some bullshit like that, but it's like kind of this like frustration, this discomfort, this tension that you feel that you just want to release. So the only way personally that I feel like I'm able to transmute that like quote unquote sexual energy is to do things that are like really aggressive. So contact sports, going to the gym, things like that are gonna help release that tension. Or even sometimes I like going going out somewhere and just fucking letting out a nice scream, so like a belly scream, just feels fucking like manly as shit, bro. It feels amazing, to let out that tension. Or yeah, just doing. And people say doing push-ups works. That I agree with that too. Like you don't want to just focus on your chest though. Do other stuff as well. But yeah. So long story short, just use the like tension you have to do like physical work. You can do like reading and journaling and stuff like that. You should be doing that anyways, but I don't feel like it releases the tension as well as like exercise. But yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. It's about replacing the bad habits with good ones. That's the whole self improvement, I guess. Goal, bottom line, is that,
yeah,
yeah, you swap out your fucking smoking addiction for an exercise addiction. You smoke out, or you swap out your gaming addiction for reading and educating yourself. Addiction, I say addiction, but like I mean like good routine, routinely, I act like engagement in the exercise pretty much when it comes to the goal habits. And then the other ones, like, yeah, if you don't want to drop them completely, like I'm talking about light stuff. Like I don't know, you might go out for an occasional drink with one of your friends every like 2 weeks or so, and that's like okay, you can maintain that, but you should know your limits. You should know what your threshold is, and if you're gonna mess up or not. If it feels like you're backsliding in terms of progress, if it feels like you're overextending into your bad habits, then you should take a step back and you should be able to realize that, yeah, this is too bad. Whatever it is, even if it's not like not just fapping, but like playing video
yes.
games, watching entertainment, watching anime, watching YouTube. You should be able to gauge that yourself.
Yeah, so I'm gonna answer one more question, then I have to go because I have some work to do. So someone was saying, what is your opinion on Hamza's advice to see every task as a way to get closer to women, as in getting them? So yeah, someone asked me kind of a similar question the other day, or I think it was like yesterday. They were talking about how they were disappointed with all the stuff they were doing, all the work they were putting in, that they weren't getting attention from women, or they weren't developing really meaningful relationships with the people around them. So what I told them is the biggest like enemy to your journey is expectation. Okay, and what I mean by that is you're going to be doing these things on a daily basis, showing up to these practices, these good practices. You're doing them because you know they're good for you. Okay, you're not doing them because you want something like specific out of them, because you're not guaranteed that. You're not entitled to those things, right? You have to understand that in life nothing is guaranteed. So you're doing these practices because you know they're good, right? But whatever happens after you practice them is unknown. Okay, so you have to realize that. So to get to my point, basically doing these things, you shouldn't expect getting women or tons of friends or this or that. You're gonna do them anyway, and whatever happens, you have to just accept. Okay, it's like whatever you're doing. Sure, you can like look, like, let's say something's not working after many years. Sure, you can reevaluate like if it's a good thing to do, but you're not going to be wrong doing something like meditation or socializing with people in like let's say clubs or things like that at school, or going out to maybe meetups in your local area. So these are just good things that you can do, like that are just healthy for you. You shouldn't expect anything out of them. You should just go there to enjoy yourself and live in the present moment, right? That's what you want to do these things for. And going to the gym, sure, you want results, sure, you want to build like an amazing body. And maybe it's been 2 years and you're not getting to that point that you want to be at. That's fine. You're doing these things that are healthy for you, that are good for you, and that's why you should do them, right? Whatever happens after that is, well, just out of your control. But you want to just make sure at the end of the day you don't expect anything specific out of this journey, other than you showing up to these practices in the present moment. That's all I got to say on that. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If anyone wants to DM me about anything, let me know. Someone said that. So yeah, have a great day. Thanks for letting me on, Aggro. Yeah, peace.
Yeah, man. Thanks for contributing, and yeah, you shared some pretty good knowledge, and hopefully it helps also a lot of people here. But getting back to that as well, it's just like I have to put emphasis, a lot more emphasis on this, and it's forget about the over fixation on nofap, forget about the over fixation on self improvement, because that's what leads to burnout, that's what leads to guilt, that's what leads to bad mental health. When you literally have such a small setback and you feel like, oh my god, it's over, like my journey's over, like my life's horrible, and you pretty much give yourself a mental illness from constant comparison and constant over obsession. It's about you and your pace. You're dictating the pace. Now people use the competition analogy and say, "Oh, it's a race for resources, just that and the other." But we're a lot more sophisticated than that. Where there's truth to be extracted from that analogy, but there's also truth in realizing that competing with yourself, seeing what's best for yourself, and seeing what is providing value to your life and what isn't. That's for you to decide, and you're going to be the one, or you have to be the one to make the decisions, the hard decisions when it comes to that. Because the overfixation on, oh my god, no fap streaks, you can't stop. Literally, your whole YouTube page is no fap. Then you're gonna start thinking about women more and say, what if, and what if this, what if that, and before you know it, you've just busted a nut. So just keep it calm, keep it collected, keep it natural. Your retaining is just a natural part of it, of yourself, before you're, or eventually you're going to get to a point where fapping isn't even a term that you use often. No fap isn't even a term that you use at all. It's all at the back of your mind, and it's just a part of your lifestyle. That's the overall goal of self improvement. I feel with all habits, with the whole lifestyle itself, it's just about getting it to being natural. You don't get burnt out. You don't get mental health episodes. Like it's all in good health, and you're the one in control. Bruh, alright. I want to chance my arm. This guy who's been pinging me for like 20 times or 20 different times. Phone him. We rarely let initiates up here, but yeah, let's try it. Yo,
All right. Can you guys hear me
yeah,
loud and clear?
yeah.
Sorry if you hear any buzzing noises. I'm currently at work, and I'm just working right now.
Yeah.
But if you guys can hear me, that's good. I just have a story to tell you about my porn addiction. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put my phone in my pocket. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So basically, I was in like a long-term relationship with my ex, and I've known her like since we were like in elementary school. And the thing is, in our relationship, like after getting like sex all the time, I got addicted to sex basically, right? Because it was always there. And basically, I started watching porn like while I was in a relationship with her. And this like when I was watching porn, I'd watch like all kinds of random shit, right? What's it called? Like banging my girlfriend's friends and shit like that, right? It was weird. Right? It was pretty fucked up. So basically, I used to watch porn, and it messed up my sex life because I couldn't like after I busted a nut, I couldn't get hard anymore, and I couldn't please my woman anymore, right? And it got to the point where she didn't want to have sex with me. She used to just say, "Go watch porn and jerk off." That's what she used to tell me. So basically, she used to have this friend that always used to come around, and I always used like whenever I made a joke, like she would always laugh, like her friend would always laugh about it, and I didn't think anything of it, right? And then one day, like I told my ex, like, okay, I think we should go on a break because I want to like experience things like with other girls, and obviously like that hurt her, right? It's gonna bother her. And we went on a break, and basically I ended up having like sex with her best friend, and it like before I had sex with her friend, I'm like, oh damn, I wonder what it's like to have sex with this girl. It's probably gonna be like fucking bomb. It's gonna be like the best thing ever. But then after I did it, it wasn't. It was like it was basically like it was overhyped. You know what I mean? And then me and my ex, we got back together, and then eventually, like she found out what happened, and we basically broke up. And I ruined like a 4 year relationship because of my addiction to porn and the bad effects it had on me with women and lust. Yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say, bro.
Yeah, definitely. But are you doing better now? Like, have you like recovered from those
Oh yeah,
experiences?
100%. Yeah, 100%. We've been broken up for almost 2 years now, and I've really started to like value women, and I don't look at them how I used to look at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even like a couple months ago, like I just recently started doing the nofap. So even like a couple months ago, like I would like sleep with random girls, and after I busted a nut, I just wouldn't get hard, and then those girls would stop talking to me because I couldn't pleasure them sexually. So like porn really like desensitized me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That's a common occurrence.
Yeah, yeah. I want to like get more in depth, but like I'm at work right now, so it's kind of hard for me to get in depth with this topic.
Yeah, thanks, man.
But yeah, that's basically it, boys. Like that's how dangerous like fapping is. You know what I mean? It can ruin such a beautiful thing that you have with somebody. Like the fact that my ex used to tell me like go watch porn because I'm not feeling it. That just hurts, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it
But
goes
anyways, yo, thanks for having me on here.
no
Sorry, go
problem.
ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it goes to show like what comes from it because you like at the start the first time like you discover like busting nuts like jerking off like you think it's oh yeah it's cool it feels good but you don't think about the possible ramifications that can come from it and like the crazy trickle effect that has like it just starts off very small it's like oh yeah I just do this thing to feel better to just enjoy myself and then after a while it starts affecting like your relationships with other
Yeah.
people. It starts affecting how your confidence, how you view yourself. So it's definitely something that's dangerous if it's not kept in check.
Sorry, this one guy has a question. His
Yeah,
name is Daniel. He said, as a virgin, how is sex overrated? So, Agro, would you say sex is overrated?
I'd say yeah, it is, especially now, bro. Like my
Yeah.
age,
Well,
maybe
the thing is, when you're a
30.
virgin, you can't really understand, right? Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. So when you're a virgin, you can't really understand how it's overrated because you haven't really been there yet. But like once you have like consistent relationships like with people like that, you'll start to soon realize like there's more to life than trying to have sex with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even my friends now, like I have friends that are my age. They're like 22 years old, 23 years old, and they're still virgins, right? And I can see the hunger. Like they have this hunger to get laid. You know what I mean? And I know, like as soon as like once it happens for them, yes, at first it's gonna be nice because it's new, so they're gonna do it and they're gonna enjoy it. But after a while, like you start to get more mature and you start to realize like okay, like it just wasn't as bad as I thought, or it just wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Cause like when I was like before, when I was like banging random chicks, it would be like some hot ass girls, right? Like nice fucking girls. And then after like I had sex with them like once or two times, it's like it started to like I started to realize, oh okay, like that was nothing special to me. It was just like that because I couldn't have it, I thought it was like something sick. But once I got it, it wasn't like anything special. You know what I mean? So I
Definitely.
don't know if that answered your question, like if how it's overrated. I don't know, Daniel, if that answered your question. Good. Thanks for the question. I appreciate that. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna continue my work. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all your time.
Yeah, man. Thanks for contributing. All right. Yeah. How long should I? I want to record, but I want to do like a slap together a quick like nofap video for my channel because I don't upload these onto my main channel anymore. Just like on the lecture channel. But like I still have time for that. But I don't know, bro. I'll get I'll speed run these. All right, Corey. The gunshots are still outside. Damn fireworks. But yeah, go 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 go. What's up? Hello. I don't think your thing's working. All right, go again. Say again. Nah, I don't think it's working. We can't hear you. Is it just me? Like we can hear some stuff, but we can't hear you. Like
Okay, is it working now?
yeah, yeah, but like low. But yeah, just
It's,
try it now.
just like fell over. Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Nah, 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 nah.
I mean,
It's not good. It's like bad quality.
it's all good. I basically just wanted to hop on to tell a little story.
Yeah,
Again, in the same vein that guy who was working just told. Basically, I think people understate how much porn affects how you view women because you don't like see them as people. You see them as like ideas and what they could like be. They're like objects, like a goal, basically. When and I think that contributes to a lot of like pedestalization of women. And I really wish that you guys have like a good level of success this year round because last year I had um, the worst fucking experience with Moment November, right? Edging every day, but guys, it's not that bad because you don't bust. Like that mentality is fucking ass. And if any of you fall into that, I'm coming to your houses and I'm killing your sister. That was fucking shit. Okay, I'm nervous now. I'm sorry.
no, it's all right.
Hey, bro, you listen to like people on here, and then you realize the pressure of speaking into a mic with 156 people listening. But yeah, I word vomited there. I apologize. You guys can get back to your lecture.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
if you like, bro, like the audio is bad. Like some people can't really hear it too well. But like
Yeah,
I
it's
got
all
the
good. It's
general
all good.
idea of it. It's like yeah, like the urges lead to you like thinking, not even like acting, but like you think like abominable shit. You think like shit that you probably would never commit, but like it
Yeah,
starts making you more like deranged.
bro.
Uh,
I've seen so many porn addicts consider like assaulting women, and that is like disgusting once you get out of the trap.
definitely, yeah,
I feel that. I think because of the audio quality, you might have to move on now.
yeah, no problem anyway. But
I try to get a better mic next time.
yeah, for sure. Like, next time you could come back up.
Uh,
Yeah,
sorry, boys. Enjoy Enjoy Halloween.
Yeah, thanks, bro. But yeah, to recap, he was just talking about like, oh, people can hear it. He was talking about how, oh yeah, once you get horny, once you get like deprived of any intimacy, once you get deprived of any sexual interaction, apart from the interaction you get with your hand, like you start fucking thinking volatile shit. Like you start wanting to do crazy shit that's not even a part of your character. That's not about your personality. But that's what it leads to. And well, it's up to you to like gain self control and to realize that you are not your thoughts and your thoughts don't define you. It's about being like content with how you are at the moment and just self mastery, which I don't believe is possible. Yeah, like trying to aim for that, trying to shoot for that, and wherever you land is essentially as good as it's gonna get as long as you're committed to achieving that. So it'll take a lot of work. It'll take a lot of time, especially. There's gonna be like fuck ups, but just keep yourself like sane, keep yourself in control, and I guess meditate a lot would be like the activity that you can use or participate in to practice with that. But yeah, let's see. I'll go to this guy who's been asking to come up for a long time.
Oh shit! Hello, hello.
Yo,
Wait. Is my mic alright? Or
yeah, it's decent.
alright, thanks. So, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing okay. Yeah. The reason I wanted to come up is because I wanted to tell you how I actually got into nofap as a 13-year-old.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I got in when do you know that ultra guy that was up a few months ago? I got into for the same reason as him. I got into it quite deep when I was like in year 7, I think. I got into it quite deep. I was doing it like 5 to 6 times, like I told you before. So I just want to say that I got into the same guy as him, and I've been down that same rabbit hole ever since. And I think I agree what you said before with counting days doesn't really matter, or just flexing them, because you see a lot of people, they say they've done like 1,000 days or whatever. It doesn't mean shit, because if you end up counting it and you lose that count, then you just go back to nothing. But if you carry on trying to do it, you end up forgetting about it completely. You just don't count the days. Okay, that's all from me.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Oh yeah, that's it.
oh, so you're done. Like you don't have anything more to say,
Yeah,
or
yeah, so yeah.
yeah,
It's like you have a good day.
yeah, man. Thanks you too. Well, yeah, like what I was getting to was like to use another bro. I'm just like the guy, the king of gaming analogies. Well, for like the streak thing, it's essentially like back in the day, bro. When PlayStation 2s were the thing, and we all know, well, people who had the console knew that you needed like the memory card or the memory stick or whatever it was to like save progress on the games, and like the console most of the time didn't even come with that. So if you like turned off the console, you turned off your TV, like all your data would be lost. That's how it kind of is with streaks. Like if you lose your streak, or to most people, like when they relapse, they're like day 355, 377, 481, and they relapse. It's all gone to them. Like all the progress, all the accumulated benefits, it's vanished, and now they're null and void. They're back to where they started, and they have nothing to account for. But that mentality is just like it destroys people's mental health. But this shit, like bro, it just shatters people's psyches and their, I guess, their confidence, because that streak is their pride and joy. But it's what you accomplished in the days, because like if you're just Mr. NoFap streak day 179, but you haven't done anything at all, like you haven't gotten your money up, your grades suck, and you whatever sport you're participating in, like you're performing bad in that, it's like, what the fuck's the point of the streak then? Like, yeah, your mental health is better, you're working towards getting better on nofap, but it's like you're essentially holding out every single day, doing the bare minimum just to skate by, to accumulate a fictitious number that gives you social validation. It pretty much results in nothing. So put more effort into bettering yourself, put more effort into making your days count. And that's, I guess, the overall takeaway from self improvement would be to put as much effort into every single day and try to extrapolate as much benefit, try to put out as much value as you can. Wait, this guy who asked this question, I have to go back. What's the end goal of nofap? To forget nofap is even a thing. Once you start, you don't even have to bring it up and say, "Oh, I'm on nofap." When people say that, no, I don't. I don't want to affiliate myself with you, bro. It should just be, oh, someone asks you, "Do you masturbate?" And it's like, no, you don't have to bring up nofap. You don't have to bring up your streak. You don't have to bring up this, that, or the other. Essentially, just be, I guess, normal, for lack of a better term, and it's a part of your lifestyle. You don't have to flex it. You don't have to bring it up every 2 seconds. It's just a base of who you are. You do not masturbate. That's it. What if you can't stop? You work towards getting to stop. Like, I'm not expecting people to, oh my god, for the rest of your life you'll never ejaculate with your hand ever again. But it's minimization is the overall goal that you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to minimize the amount of times you do it, and you probably do it a lot currently. But the more you lessen it, it becomes, the more you lessen it, the more it gets pushed to the back of your mind, and it becomes a lot more easier to cope with. So that's what I'd say would be the goal. So maybe I'll be asked the question. Now stop listening to them. The guy who asks, like, he's in a group chat like 10 different people. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, are you trying to just conform to whatever, I guess, norms that apply to them just to fit in? Like, even when I wasn't on self improvement back when I was like 15, 16, 17, but I was seen as the weirdo because I didn't like conform to the degeneracy. Anytime they were passing out smokes, I'd decline them. Anytime they were doing this, that, or the other, I'd say no. And they'd be like, "Oh, you want to go to this party?" I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good. I just want to go home and sleep." And they respected it for me. Like, it garnered my own reputation as the guy who like done his own thing, but they still respected me because I don't know, maybe because I was big, as good at sports, at the top of the high school hierarchy. That was what set me apart. And yeah, you're gonna lose some people. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, he's the weirdo," but you pretty much have to stride with that. Like, take it as a compliment. Like, yeah, you're the weirdo, but yeah, you're doing better in life. Your mental health is better. Your physical health is better. Overall, as a person, you're working towards your goals instead of indulging in trivial instant gratification activities. So get to doing that. Get to being more of yourself if that benefits you a lot more. And don't fold to peer pressure as well, would be another piece of advice I'd give. But yeah, I'll see. One more person, bro. One more person. Mr. Miguel. And then after that, I don't know. I'll get to doing other stuff. Real quick, man. Real quick. I've been sitting down for way too long. I need to get to doing other things, bro. God damn. Bro, he must be MIA, bro. Is he MIA? MIA? I think he is. Bruh. RIP to anyone watching the recording, though. I just have to sit through this awkward pause. But yeah, oh, he's up. Go. What's up? Yo, can't hear you, by the way. Testing. Bro. You can't hear you, man. Right, we're gonna have to move on because, yeah, it do be like that, man. A lot of times, but yeah, speed around, gotta speed around. Let's see. The other guy I was gonna go with. I guess I go with this guy. Guy with the Doom profile picture. Yo, yo. Or is this just a meeting, bro? Everyone just has their mics fucked, bro. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah. What's up?
yeah, it was good. Today I decided to woke up at 5:30 and try out to see if how different it would be for a morning wake up. Anyways, tomorrow is 1st of November, and I feel like it's just nothing because I've already started a few days ago, and I think I'm going on a good journey. And yeah, I've already attempted nofap before, like probably a year ago, and I lasted like a week. This time I'm planning to do the whole thing and then continue after the end of the month like it was nothing. And it really is about the mindset, really. It's that it's not that I'm on nofap, it's just I just don't masturbate. Simple. Once you reach that golden point, you will stop counting your days and instead you just live a life of peace and tranquility. Is that right?
Definitely. Yup.
And shout out to all the Hungarians in the audience. I'm out here making progress, and we are here in this together. Oh, and also I see that you're in the Hungarian self-improvement Discord as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Anyways, this server's a little dead, so I can't really find anyone over there. Never mind. Anyways, I wish everyone the best of luck in No Nut November, and do that challenge with the muscle arm emoji. And very simple. I already don't use Instagram because it's a waste of time, and also it's very difficult to find him on my phone. Because I have this thing called a minimalist app, which just changes the UI of my phone completely. So it's just the background is just a black screen, and everything I see is just text. Because what makes people click on apps is the colorful app picture. But I don't have that. I just have text everywhere. So if I need a specific app, I just click search, I type in the app, then I click the app. And if the app has something that requires a timer, it will ask me how long will I want to spend on the app. It will ask me 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15. And whenever I... Oh wait, I can see that people are wanting to download the minimalist app. Dangerous? Oh, I didn't feel that. It's not dangerous for me for some reason. I don't have a link for the whole thing. I will send it at the end of the whole thing. Somewhere. I don't know. Where should I send it?
I guess Justin.
It's just a recommendation because I already don't use Instagram. I just simply don't. And the only website the only thing that could break the whole thing is Google Chrome. Or just simply not having anything to do. Yeah, at this point I'm just sounding like a broken record.
Oh, so
Anyways.
that's all you want to say?
Yeah, I believe I have nothing else to contribute to what everyone else has said. Everyone has already said what I've wanted to say. And I just wish everyone that you don't fail and you don't have to put in the Coomer profile picture. Because I really love my reactive profile picture of Mr. Doom Guy. My inspiration. Oh! Someone already has that profile picture anyways. Never mind. Alright. It's nice talking to you. I liked that lecture of High School Survival Guide. It was a really good lecture. And you have yourself a beautiful evening, because I'm preparing to go to bed at this point.
Yep.
Alright?
You too, man.
You have yourself a good one, and good luck for everyone on their nofap journey. I believe in all of you. And just so you know, I am proud of all of you for taking the first step towards the perfect destination. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
And good night.
So yeah, it do be that time. Rogan needs to get work done. Oh my god. Yeah. Thanks to all the people who shared their stuff, because that helped me to just, I don't know, cover more bases, because like I don't know everything. I don't have too many experiences to give out, but the boys definitely came in clutch tonight. So yeah, thanks for sharing, and yeah, good luck with the no not November, and I was gonna do some fucking cringe Halloween outro, bro. I don't have the energy for it, man. Oh, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. But let me get to the disconnecting so I can disconnect and have yourself a scary Halloween.